Hi, and welcome back. It's Coach Allison, and I have your week 7 Defy Aging workout to review. So, this week we are going to do an in your own space routine, and it's going to be timed for 25 minutes. So, in that 25 minutes, there's technically 3 rounds, and if you finish the designated workout before the 25 minutes is up, you're going to hop on a piece of cardio equipment and just do some nice steady state cardio for the remainder of the time. However, I do think that most people will be working on the actual routine for the duration of the 25 minutes, but we'll see how that works out. Again, but if you finish early, no problem. Grab a treadmill, elliptical, stair climber, rower, whatever you enjoy the most, and do some nice steady state cardio. But what the routine is going to look like is 3 rounds of 5 exercises, and each round has a different number of reps for everything. They don't change within the round, so it's not overly complicated. But all for round one, everything is 15 reps, and then for when you start round two, everything is 10 reps, and then round three, everything is only 6 reps. So that third round is going to be pretty quick, but I will give you a little pointer or a little suggestion when you get to that third round where everything is 6 reps. Think about maybe picking up a heavier weight for the things that have weights, because that's your opportunity to maybe just challenge yourself with that next weight up, because it is only 6 reps. So um, yeah, you can maybe go a little heavier if you want to challenge yourself and you're trying to work towards maybe that next weight up for some of those things. So, anyway, that is our routine. That's how it's going to run. We, of course, have a fun team builder at the end. This one is super fun. It's always been one of my favorites. You'll have to wait till the end to see what that is. And yeah, let's just dive right in to our demo. Okay, so exercise one, again, in your own space, is going to be a fire hydrant. So this is a hip, it's kind of mobility exercise too, but you're going to get some glute strengthening in there too. But yeah, hip and glute focus. You're on your hands and knees. Okay, get a nice like squared body position. So we just don't want hands too far out or knees too far back or anything like that. And keep a neutral neck. I'll probably be looking to the side to look at you, but you want to be keeping a neutral neck, meaning you're looking straight down at the floor when you're doing this. But and then we simply lift and lower one leg at a time. So for this one, we're going to count all the reps are counted on each side separately. So we'll do for round one, 15 reps right side, 15 reps left side. So each side does get its own rep count. There's like a hole in the floor that my knee is right. Um, so it's very important that you only go as high as you can until you would need to like alter your body position. So you want to make sure that you're not tilting or twisting or tipping to the side just to make yourself get farther up with the leg. What I mean by that is I'm not going to start to turn like this and like see how I'm tilting my body. Maybe from the front, it will show you a better angle. So I'm not going to start to like dip my elbow or like get my body all out of whack. It's tempting to do that because you want a bigger range of motion. Um, but that doesn't help your hip movement any. All it does is move your body. So we want to isolate the movement in the hip. For anyone staying off the floor, we're going to turn it into a standing leg raise. You can use something for balance like a wall if you would like to, or you can challenge yourself to balance on your own. That's completely up to you, but it'll be this movement here. Similarly to the cue I just gave to the people on the floor, don't turn and tilt your body to the side. Try to stay relatively upright and isolate that movement right here in the hip socket. Okay, so 15 each side for round one. And then we know the rep counts for rounds 2 and 3. And that is exercise one. Exercise two, another floor one, say high plank shoulder tap. The count is again each side individually. So I'll show you that in a moment. High plank means you're on your hands instead of your elbows. So it will look like this. It's very similar to our team builder last week. We had the partner claps. So same starting position as that. And I will give you the same cue to put your feet wide, or if you're doing a knee version, put your knees wide like this, as opposed to like that. And then we're going to try to stay as level as possible with the body position, come up and tap your opposite side shoulder. So the count is 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on until you get to the rep count for the round that you're on. So count each side separately. I recommend a mat because the turf is a little scratchy on the hands. You can definitely do knees, but again, if you're doing knees, it's important that you're not in, a tabletop position like this, because this isn't engaging my abs, which is the purpose of this. So make sure that you're back in a more of a diagonal body position. Now I'm feeling those abs. And of course, you can take this up to an incline. I don't have a bench around me, but take it up to the bench. Bring it up a little higher if needed, if anyone's staying off the floor. And if it's brand new, if this stuff is brand new to you, and we're not quite to that level yet, literally, like a bench, you can definitely even do this on a wall. I step the feet back and we can do it on a wall. So if this is brand new to you, you can start there and go down as you feel ready. Okay, so that's our second exercise. Exercise number 3, enlist goblet squat. So I will recommend on this one because rounds 1 and 2 are higher reps, 15 and 10. And round 3 is lower at only 6. So I will recommend to possibly think about grabbing a heavier weight for that third round when you only have 6 reps. Give yourself a little challenge there. Of course, you are more tired, so it's kind of a F22 maybe. Anyway, we can choose to do a kettlebell or a dumbbell for this. Possibly maybe only because we might run out of kettlebells because for our more full session. So dumbbell is just fine. Kettlebell you'll hold at the base of the horns, we call it like this. And a dumbbell, we don't do dumbbell goblet style too often, so all of you might not know how to hold that. Doing a dumbbell, you'll hold it like this. You kind of just rest that top bell in the base of the palms. So, and then we know goblet squats from here. Normal squat position. We're not doing a sumo, so we're not going to go wide. Just normal positioning, and keep that chest up like this. So make sure that chest isn't falling down like this, and we do normal squats from there. But yeah, so again, challenge you to pick up a heavier weight for that third round when it's only 6 reps. And that's our third exercise. Number 4 is a single arm reverse fly. I've been tossing these in occasionally. You do need to go light for these. I'm going to challenge myself to use an 8 because it was the weight that was just here, and it's kind of busy where our light weights are right now. So good challenge for me. So I'm going to have you support yourself with your free hand, support yourself on your leg, so you don't have to worry about straining your back, keeping yourself bent forward or anything. This is the one where if you've been with us for a while, you know this one. That's this 8 is heavy, so I might drop it and just do no weight. Which should give you an indication that you'd be able to go kind of like this, 5 or less perhaps. We keep a slight bend in this elbow. It's a reverse fly, so we're like, think of your arm like a wing, and we're opening up that wing, so we're not pulling it back like a row. You always want a soft bend in your elbow. Never lock your elbow up straight and just fling the arm up like this. So it's more like you're sort of like your elbow is an arrow. You're kind of leading up with that arrow, with that elbow. Now, if your ego might be a little high, mine tends to be with weights because I enjoy lifting weights and I like to lift heavy. So sometimes we pick a weight too heavy. So if this is too heavy for you, you might need to use a little bit of a jerking motion and momentum. If you're doing anything like I'm doing now, the weight's too heavy. You should be able to comfortably, well, it should be challenging, but you should be able to do the movement without having to do those jerking motions. So to be an indicator if the weight's adequate or not, or too heavy. But yeah, keep that, see how I'm keeping that soft bend in my elbow? What we're not doing is an extension and a bend, like a bicep curl. So this is what we're not doing. So make sure that you're just keeping that same arm position at all times. Well, 15 reps one side, 15 other, of course, depending on what round we're on. Again, maybe you can try a heavier weight for our third round for that round that's only 6 reps. Give this one a try. Coaches can come around and help you because the arm position is a little tricksy, but it's a great rear delt and kind of upper back exercise. And of course, we need a cardio move in our circuit, right? So we're gonna go with an oldie but a goodie, jumping jacks. Can't go wrong with that. The good thing about jumping jacks is they're quick, right? So even if you're rolling your eyes about the jumping jacks, hey, they'll be over before you know it. So we can do a full jumping jack, and of course we can always do our step jack for an alternative. But I do want you to take this full step so your whole body starts here and ends here, as opposed to the toe tap. Nothing wrong with the toe taps, of course. Um, I think you just get a better, you get more body movement, so you're going to get a little bit more out of the full step jack. So you're going to get a little more aerobic. Okay, so, yeah, that is the fifth and final one in your list. You would do all those for 15 reps, and you would start it again at the top of the list. Round two is 10 reps, and continue, and so on and so forth. And that is exercise 5. Okay, our team builder. So, a little practice on this one. Last week, we're going to do the tandem walk. However, we can do it with a red light, green light. So this is fun because it adds an element of um, surprise. And therein lies the challenge, because if you're going to be starting and stopping at times that you are going to not be aware of. So you're going to be doing your tandem walk, which we practiced. Hello, we practiced last week. Walking heel to toe. Make sure your heel actually does connect to your toe, so you're not leaving like a space like this. Okay. Anyone that needs to or would like to be near along a wall or a rack, do this, that's fine. Just position yourself on the turf somewhere where you are doing this near a wall or a rack. And yeah, your coach is going to be calling out green light, which means of course go. And they will randomly call red light, which means stop. And I said it when my foot was in the air. So I need to try to balance exactly how I was when that was called, for as long as it is until my coach says green light, then I can continue. And if I happen to be in this position, red light, in tandem, I'm going to try to balance until they say green light, and so on. So see how long, however long you have for your team builder, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, maybe, whatever. It's super fun. Might be some stumbling. That's okay. That's all part of the fun. There might be some surprises. There might be some really quick red light, green light, red light happening. You might have to hold it for a very long time. We'll see what your coaches, what kind of mood they're in, perhaps. It's a lot of fun. Really works the balance, works the reaction time, how quickly you can listen to cues. It really has a lot of benefits along with the fun of it. So that's our team builder for the week. Okay, and that is week 7. Hope everybody enjoys our in your own space and has a great time with that red light, green light. And I'll see you back for week 8.